Good evening, traders, and welcome to Trading Wave weekly analysis, where we'll be looking at the instrument, what is expected in the coming week. Right, so guys, if you are new here, before we can move forward, please do make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also make sure that the bell notification is always clicked on, so that every time we read this content, you are at least notified. Well, so we're currently running a 30% off special to our courses. So we've got two plans when it comes to our full course. So it's a full course with a 1 year mentorship, and it's also an advanced full course, which gives you an access for 2 years. So you can, if you wish to join us, you can take advantage. We just visit our website, and then you can just inquire about our pricing or our plan that we have. You can also chat to us, guys, here on the right hand side, bottom of the corner here. You can chat to us for a quicker response. Right, so if you go on our YouTube channel, which is Trading Waves, okay, so you can just go here, especially on the content that we release over the weekend. So if you click on that one, you will get the contact details there. That will be for myself or Victor there. So we've got our WhatsApp numbers that you can reach us on a year. So these are WhatsApp numbers a year. So it's either it's myself or it's Victor. We've also got a Telegram channel that you can join if you want to, and you can also follow us for any work related. Just in case if you want to see our work, you can just follow us on our social media pages. That will be on your Facebook and also on our Twitter. Right, so without wasting any time, guys, let's get started. Let's have a look. What do we expect in the market going into next week? All right, so let's start with the DXY. So those that have been following us, they will remember very well that against this swing high here, we have always been remaining bearish on a DXY. So this high here, against it, we are looking at the DXY will eventually drop to the downside. So we have been looking at this here, this to have been an A here, this being our expanding flat corrective structure here, and we're looking at this here. Obviously, if you have your wave A, that will mean at some point you need to have your wave B and your wave C. So far what we've had here is already the wave A here and wave B, which is a 335 expanding flat corrective structure here. Now we are looking at this to have only completed the wave 1 of wave C, and then this here to be our 3 wave move being our wave 2. So wave 2 of a C. Obviously wave C needs to be made up of the 5 wave move, so we're going to be expecting that this will drop all the way to the downside, at least to complete your 3 and a 4 and the wave 5 of a wave C. Maybe that's when we can look for the possibility of a move to the upside on a DXY. But as far as it is, this looks complete here, so we're going to be expecting a bearish move to the down side. Obviously, that will mean the US dollar code pairs that will be expected that they start to give us those moves to the upside. So as for the euro US dollar here, so we have been looking at this one to have made a 5 wave move to the upside from this low here. So this to have been a wave 1. So we have been looking at this to be a 3 wave move that is done here. Looking at this to have been a wave 2 here. This being a wave 2. So we're gonna be expecting that this should eventually start to give us a move to the up side, especially against this swing low here. As long as the euro US dollar is kept above this swing low here, we're gonna be expecting that the market is done with the wave 2, and this should start to give us a move to the upside on your euro US dollar. So we've shown you a bigger picture here in a couple of times. Obviously, it's inversely correlated to the DXY. This should have been a 5 wave move, and then this being an expanding flat corrective structure here. That is obviously wave A here. This should have been wave B. We still be looking for a 5 wave move to the upside. So this being your wave 1 of a wave C or wave 2 a here, that is done. So we're expecting to see a 3 and a 4 and then wave 5 of a wave C. So that's gonna be our approach going forward on the euro US dollar. Right, so US dollar, pound US dollar. So we have been looking at this one as well. If you have been following our videos, that this has just made a move to the upside here. Obviously, this from this low to have made a move to the upside here, and a sharp three-wave drop that we have seen here. So we've looked at this one to have been an impulsively move all the way up here. So if you remember back then, you can refer to our videos. We have been bullish from around this area here on the US dollar chief. So we've looked at this as a sharp three-way move structure here, made a five-wave move already to the upside here. Now we are looking at this to be a three-wave move corrective structure here. We are expecting that this should start to give us a move to the upside here on the pound US dollar. If I zoom in here, you will see that this looks like a complete three-wave move structure here. So the least that we can see here, if you look at this, made a nice three-wave move to the downside here. Obviously, this being our connector here. So we have this as our connector here, and not there exactly. These to have been a three-wave move as our connector here, and we've looked at this to have been the three-wave move to the downside here. After this to have made this three-wave move, this being your W here, our wave X here, and then this to be our wave Y. Now the expectation that this should start to give us a move to the up side. Obviously, that's what we are looking for here on the pound US dollar. But we can't run away from the possibility that this could still be a double correction here, only to find out that this is a three-wave move to a downside. This could just be your W here, and then we can just get this one to give us something like this. Merry move to the upside. This can still give us something like this here, a drop lower, and then maybe we get something like this, and then we still see a three-wave move structure to the downside. Only this to be a WX here, this to be a wave Y before we can see the actual move to the upside. That is possible, but for now I just want to see this. If the pound US dollar never come to this swing low here, since your DXY, we are calling that it is done with a three-wave move, expecting a drop to the downside. This should be supported for this bullish move to the upside from here, without even giving us a possibility that this is a structure here, a three-wave move here. I expect that this will just extend all the way to the upside on your pound US dollar. Right, so let's have a look at your US dollar chief. So US dollar chief is proposed to have ended this three-wave move structure here. So we have been looking at this one that it should drop. So we've been looking at this one here to have made a three-wave move to the downside from these highs here. Obviously here, this to have been a three-wave move lower here, expanding, not like that. I was just waiting for a chart to load here. So we have been looking at this, that it has made this drop from all these highs here. This to have made a three-wave move, drop to the downside here. This being a three-wave move and expanding flat corrective structure here, five-wave move to a downside. This to be a wave A here. So we are looking at this to be a three-wave move to have completed your wave B here. So we are expecting to see a move to the downside. That will be a wave C, but the overall thing here will this will be your W here, obviously in a bigger degree here, and then this to be your wave X, and we are looking at this last ABC that I've got here to complete your wave Y in this bigger degree. So this should still drop to the downside here before we can expect to see a move to the upside. Another thing, if you are not well aware, your DXY is positively correlated to your US dollar chief. So if we are expecting a drop to the downside on your DXY, that means we should be seeing your US dollar chief as well to be giving us a drop to the downside. Right, so our US dollar, we've shown you this one a couple of times that we are expecting to see a move to the upside here. If you remember from these lows here, we have been looking at this, that it should make a move to the upside. I've showed you this one a couple of times, that why do we expect a big move to the upside? It was simply because of this made a move here, and then we made this one to drop net through a move. So we are expecting a move that is similar to this one here to the upside. So as long as your US dollar holds above this year, we are looking at this. No doubt, this is a five-wave move to the upside that we are seeing here, and we're looking at this to have been a sharp three-wave move here. So the expectation will be that we start to see something like this to the upside here on your Audi US dollar. As long as this swing low still holds here, we are going to be looking for a price to eventually start to give us a move to the upside. New Zealand US dollar, I've spoken about this one. You can also refer to our page. I explained this one several times that we are looking for a move to the upside here. So if you go to our YouTube page here, you will see that let me go. You should go on the videos here. Just watch for this video here, just in case if you are interested in the New Zealand US dollar. This is why I explained it in detail that which move that we are expecting, or the big move that we are expecting to the upside. So we are look at this here from these lows here that it has made a nice five-wave move to the upside from this low here. So we're looking at this to be a wave one here, and then this to be a sharp three-wave move. So the expectation is that this should just give us a move to the upside here, at least in a five-wave move, before we can expect to see a bearish move to the downside. So against this swing low here, we are looking at your New Zealand US dollar that it should eventually start to give us this move to the upside. Right, so obviously your US dollar CAD, this will be inversely correlated to the rest of the other US dollar pairs, or positively correlated to your DXY. So we are looking at this that it should drop to the downside on a US dollar CAD here, but obviously where does that come from now? So we have been looking at this. I've said this one several times that this could be something like this: drop in a three-wave move here like this, then this being your three-wave move as our connector here, this to be your W here, this to be your wave X here, and we can have this to be an ABC here to be our wave Y. Then we, before we can even talk about that bullish move to the upside. So we are looking at this here to have failed. Obviously here this has failed to reach the equal legs here. So that is the nature of the market. Sometimes it does fail and then just get to around the 0.618 FIBA extension. So this looks like it is going to start to drop from here, obviously being positively correlated to your DXY here. Obviously one would have looked for it that this should extend even more higher. Yeah, made a three-wave move to the upside here, made a three-wave move, drop lower here, but for some reason this just made a three-wave move here. Now if the DXY says it is already done with that move to the upside there, or that three-wave move corrective structure, it's time for a drop, then obviously this is going to drop all the way to the downside here. Alternatively, let's say for some examples, DXY was to react lower here and still give us a move to the upside, then your US dollar coin might do something like this: made a three-wave move to the upside, drop lower here, and made another move to the upside here. So this might even do something like this before it can actually drop. But the DXY looks like it is ready for a drop to the downside. So if that's the case, I wouldn't be expecting that the price is going to come back around these highs here on your US dollar CAD. So this should be supported that it just continues with that bearish move to the downside. Right, so just a quick one on the yen pairs. Excuse me there, guys, I'm a bit feverish there. So US dollar JPY, it is expected to drop obviously here against this swing high here. So we have been maintaining the view that this should not come around this high here. So we have been looking at this one to have been one of those sharp three-wave move structure here. Now the expectation is for this one to drop, but obviously if it goes as far as invalidating this swing high here, then we're gonna have to forget about this drop here. That would mean this might even start maybe higher here before it can give us a drop to the downside. But I'm expecting that this should drop. Obviously you do not have to just immediately go there, just look for a confirmation here. Just a simple thing here that you might want to wait for is to look at this from just these lows here: made a low, lower high, made a high here, rather made a high low here, high here, high low here, high here. Now you can just simply wait for a simple thing here, wait for the price, come back, check out these swing lows again. And then once they start to pull back here, very likely it will be time for bearish move to the downside on your US dollar JPY. With the pairing of the dollar, obviously, yeah, the DXY gets to drop. If the DXY it is going to be the driver of a drop on the US dollar pairs, then this would be expected that it also give us this bearish move to the downside. As for the pound yen, we've been preaching this on our member that this was still going to be expected to make a move to the upside here. Now, if you look at this from these lows here, one could say this is a 1, 2, a 3 here, 4, and a 5 here. So meaning that this might be done with the move to the down to the upside. But remember, The business is not all about picking those tops and bottoms here. If this is already done, you should have a level here. If this can come and claim this swing low here, and then once it start to pull back here, then you might want to look for the shorts. But other than that, this could still make a move, a lower here, leg lower here, and then this maybe be a wave one here, this being a wave two here, and you get a three and a four and a wave five before you can expect to see a drop to the downside. But if it gives you a three-wave move structure like this here against this swing low here, then this would still be tradable for a bullish move to the upside intraday. But you gotta be careful. Your pound yen, it might just give us one more leg up and then start to give us a drop to the downside. So I wouldn't favor buying pound yen. Rather, just look for it to complete the five-wave move here. Then we can look for the bearish move to the downside. If you look at Euro JPY here, very likely, obviously, I wouldn't want to see this one to come and trade against this swing high here. So I'm looking at this, made a three-way move to the upside, pull back in a three-way move here, made a three-way move, pull back in a three-way move. So this could just give us one more leg up here, and then this could just be your W here, wave X, wave Y here, and then this give us an 11 swing against this swing high here, and then it give us this drop to the down side. But obviously, a confirmation needs to be seen there. Would be nice that if you get that one more leg up here, you still get to see a drop to the downside. Once you start to see that one, then it might be time to look for the bearish move to the downside on your Euro JPY. But so Chief Yen, this still looks good for a move to the upside here. We are looking at this. If you look at this structurally here, this looks like it is a three-wave move structure here that is already done here. So we are looking at this here. So we in the inside the group here, we have been looking at this to have completed this three-wave move structure here and expecting that move to the upside. So we have been looking at this to have made a pull an impulsively move here, three-way move pull back here, and we're looking at this that it should continue with the move to the upside here. Let me show you this on the 1 hourly time frame. We had a trade set up on this one here on your chief here, and a very tight with a very tight stop loss here. So we have been looking at this one here. This made a nice three-wave move here. This was a three-wave move that we're looking at here, and against this swing low here, we're looking for this buy here. Now it is just in a small profit, but we are still expecting that this should eventually continue with that bullish move to the upside on your chief yen. So we do have plenty of the trade setup, some of them that are still in play that I could not show you guys here. Right, so let's have a look at your CAD yen. So CAD yen, it is expected that it should continue the move to the upside. Here, you'll see that it made a very nice three-wave move structure here. So remember this, we were looking at this here to be our trade setup, but it failed to reach the blue box with a few points here, somewhere around this area here, and it said this is already making a move to the upside. Even though we did not jump into a trade, but this still looks good for a bullish move to the upside here on your chief yen. So this should still continue with the bullish move to the upside. Right, so let's have a look at your New Zealand yen. So we are looking at this here. This one was one of those that had a very nice trade setup here. I'll show you. We had like a very nice two trade setup that we had here on this one. Then they are playing nice here. So our first here was when we got this three-way move structure here. When we look at to get this trade here from around this area here. Let me show you this one here on your New Zealand. This was our trade setup that we had here. We were simply looking at this one to make a three-wave move. So this is the three-wave move that we were looking for here. Let me see here if I can quickly get this one here so that I can show you, because some people might not believe me showing you this chart. But just to show you the blue box trade setup, I'm looking for New Zealand yen here. Show you this one, yeah. But this was the second setup. Let me show you the first setup that we had here. I'll even show you the one that we had on the Bitcoin. Okay, here we go here. So this was a trade setup that we had here on the New Zealand yen. So we're simply waiting for the price to give us or to complete this three-wave move structure into the blue box, and we wanted to look for that move to the upside here. And you'll see that already this is playing out very nicely here. So from just around the area of a blue box, you will see that this has already traded about 271 pips move to the upside here. Like I showed you here that we had like two of positions here. So I should have started you with this one. This is the one that I wanted to share here, the bigger trade here. And we also had this one here. We're looking at this to be the sharp three-way mover here. We're just looking to add a position from the one that was running around this level here. So we're just looking to add a position there. And then you will see that just from that second entry here, this has already made a move to the upside here. So our blue, we were here at that time, and I said we just should drop and complete this three-way move structure here, and we're looking for this move to the upside. So just from the second entry, which is already running risk-free, we are talking about at least intraday about over 100 pips move already that we have seen here on your New Zealand yen. All right, so let's continue here. Let's have a look at your Audi yen. Here we are, obviously it is a sister pair to New Zealand yen, so if you expected your New Zealand yen should continue the move to the upside, that will mean you should also expect that your Audi JPY, it is going to continue the move to the upside. I will show you again here Audi yen. Here we had a blue box trade setup. I'll show you this one here. I don't just want to show you guys the one that I've just played out. I want to show you this one here. We had New Zealand yen. We were looking at this, that it should give us a three-wave move here and then make a move to the upside here. Unfortunately, that one was invalidated here. So the market went and closed below the blue box here, and our blue box was ending somewhere here. This was our blue box range here, and then it just went as far as invalidating us here. But the beauty of this here, there was another opportunity that was discussed during the live trading room. When we saw this nice impulsively move to the upside here, we definitely knew. Look at this three-way move into the blue box here, and this has already made a very big move to the upside already on your Audi yen. So we do get those that are going to be invalidated. So I don't want to just show you only those ones that are playing out. Right, so let's have a look at your Euro pairs here. So Euro Audi, we have been looking at this one that it should drop. Obviously, if you have been following us here, we have been looking at this one to be a 1-2-1-2 structure here. Obviously, this is what we've been looking at. This being our wave one, wave two here, and then this to have been wave one here, and then this to be our wave two. So we are expecting to see this 3-4-5 in blue degree here to complete the 5-wave move to a downside before we can talk about the wave 3 in this yellow intermediate degree, or the yellow degree rather. But obviously, like I always say, I always give an alternative view that if the price for some reason was to come and trade about around this high here, then that will mean this is all that we needed here. This was a 3-wave move here, and then this is going to make a move to the upside. But we are still kept against this swing high here, so that's why I'm still entertaining that this should still give us this 5-wave move here on your Euro Audi. So I still remain bearish on your Euro Audi. So Euro New Zealand, obviously it's a sister pair to Euro Audi here. So we have been looking at this one that it should drop to the downside obviously here. So again, just like what we have on your Euro New Zealand, that this could be giving us a 1-2-1-2 yeah. So this giving us a wave one here, your wave two here, and then this to be your wave one here, and then this to be a wave two. So we are looking for this one to be a 3-4-5 here before we can see a bigger pullback in something like this through a move, and then we see more continuation lower. But obviously that should not come around this high here. If it does come around that high, then that will mean this was all the three-wave move structure here. We got it wrong, and the move is going to be to the upside. But for now, we're still entertaining the bearish move to the downside on your Zealand. Alright, so EuroCAD, we are looking at this one to drop lower. I've shown you this one a couple of weeks back that one of the trade that we are looking at to be the trade of the year here. So if this plays out like this, guys, so go and watch this one here. Look at the previous videos. We've spoken about this one here, 5-wave move to the upside that we are seeing here all the way here. This being a 3, a 4 here, a wave 5. Now, I believe that this still needs to drop lower here. Made a move to the downside. Rather, let me just use a different color here just to highlight the corrective structure. Made a drop in a 5-wave move, and then this made what looks like an expanding flat corrective structure here. This being a 335 internally, you can see 3-wave move to the upside here, 3-wave move lower here, and you can see the impulsive 5-wave move to the upside here. This being your 335. Now I still expect, look at this wave here from this side to this low 5-wave move. So I'm looking at this to be a possible wave 1 here, your wave 2 here, something like this here, and this to be a 3, a 4, and a wave 5. If this plays out like this here, you're gonna get a move that is going to be related to this one here. But that's why in the group we're still entertaining the short to the downside here on a euro cat, because we are looking at this to be a 1, 2 here, a 3, and a 4, and a 5 here of your wave C. Then we can look for a big move that is related to this one here. We are talking about a couple of like 2000 something pips. Look from this low to this high here, we had about 2250 pips move to the upside on a euro cat. So once this corrective structure here it is done here, then we're going to be looking at about 2000 pips move or 2200 pips move to the up side. So again, watch out for that one. It's going to be a nice one to trade here once it is done with that corrective structure. Euro chief here we have traded this one for a move to the downside, but it looks like it's going to give us another opportunity here. So there is another sell opportunity that is looming here on your euro chief. Look at this here. The chart it is loading, but look at this here. So we've had I've showed you the trade setup that we had when we took it from here. It was just a simple textbook setup here. We made that drop. For some reason now this is giving us a 3-wave move structure here. So it would be nice if this can just complete that structure, maybe one more leg to the upside here, and then this might be a trade that we might get for a bearish move to the downside. Remember that I've showed you this one here, that we are looking at this to have made a 1, 2, a 3 here, a 4 here, a wave 5. Obviously this being a wave A here, and then this to have been a sharp wave B. So we could be having this one being your wave 1 of a wave C here, this being your wave 2 of a wave C here against this swing high here, and then we get a 3 and a 4 and a wave 5. So imagine we will be in the wave 3 of your wave C, most powerful wave when it comes to the Elliott wave. So if you get this one here, one more leg here, then we'll go for a big drop to the downside on your euro chief. Euro pound, I've showed you this one before, how we have been able to trade this one to the downside after we saw this 3-wave move structure here. So we had this very nice 3-wave move structure here that we saw here. This was a 3-wave move that we got here. So we're looking for this impulsively move to a downside here. 3-wave move pull back against this swing high. We were bearish on a euro pound, and we've gotten this one here to have dropped all the way to the downside, almost about 200 pips move here. And structurally, if you look at this, it is forming an Elliott wave structure here. Look at this 3-wave move to the upside here, never drop impulsively here, instead drop in a 3-wave move, and now this is making a move to the upside. Yeah, so we could be having a very nice 335 structure here, and then this might be ready again to resume and lower on euro pound. So we are looking at every time it rises or pullbacks in 3711 swing, we're looking for a short move to the downside on euro pound. So as for the pound pairs, pound out here, I've showed you this one again here. Actually I have like 3 pairs that are going to give us, if they play out the structures I'm looking for here, those are going to be the chart or the trade setup of the year. That would be your euro CAD, pound or the pound New Zealand. So pay attention here when I look at these pairs. Now, excuse me. If you look at pound Audi here, we had this move to the upside. And I started from the bottom here. So we've had this move here. Made, I've shown you this one here, I know several times, made it through a move structure. If you are not sure about this, you can just go on the channel. I've made videos. It might be a late last year about pound out and a pound New Zealand. Obviously, they have not played out. But if they do play out these structures here, this is going to be a nice one to trade here. Made a move in a 3-way move to the upside here. Now I believe that this is still in the correction here, so we're gonna be eventually looking for that big move to the upside. Now I'm gonna zoom into this here, but before I do that, look at the number of pips from this low here to this high. We are talking about 4,000 pips move to the upside here. Now if this structure plays out here, we are gonna be looking at about 4,000 pips move to the upside here. Now we have dropped here 5 wave move to the downside here, no doubt about that one here. Now we are looking at this to have only made this year being a 335 expanding flat corrective structure here after making this impulsively move. So this could be a wave A here, and then this could be a wave B that is already done. Now look at this. We are expecting, we've had this move on an US dollar and made this three-way move pullback. Now we are expecting this move to the upside. Pound US dollar is somewhere here, but we are expecting this move all the way. Now, if this does play out, technically, it will be in line with the correlation. Now, we are looking at this here to have made this 335 here and has already made. Look at the weekly candle pattern. Looks good for a bearish move. Now, we are looking at this to do this. One, your two here, your three here, your four here, your wave five. Now, this is still tradable to the downside. While you are waiting for a big setup to the upside, this will still be tradable here. So, we are looking at the 5 wave move that will be done in the wave C. Then from here, we will be looking at a move that will be about 4,000 pips move. Those are the 4,000 pips move that will be looking. If this structure can play out like this here, look out for a big move to the upside. Now, this move to the upside here, look at this. Your US dollar will do this move here to the upside and will be expected to drop. Now imagine if your pound Audi makes a move to the downside, complete the 5 wave move, and coincidentally you have your Audi US dollar to also say, I'm ready for a reversal. Yeah, once this is ready for a reversal, watch out for this one. It will do a very big move to the upside on your pound Audi. But we are still looking for the bearish move to the downside here. Now against this swing high, I wouldn't want to see this swing high being taken out, to be honest here. Would be nice if you can get this one a tad more lower here. Once they start to give you this pullback, look for a short move to the downside here, then we can look for the big one to the upper side. Now that will be the same as well with your pound New Zealand, so I'm not going to spend much time on your pound New Zealand, but I have been looking at these structures. They look the same. Okay, they look at the same here in terms of the structures. So we've had this one to have dropped to the downside here, made this drop in a 5 wave move here, and then has made what looks like a regular flat corrective structure here. Now we are expecting that this should still drop lower here, something like this 5 wave move to the downside. Once it does that here, then we'll be looking for a move to the upside. Obviously, we're looking at this to be a wave A here, this being your wave B here. We are looking for the 5 wave move to be our wave C here. Then once that is done, then we'll be looking for a big one to the upside. Why that big one to the upside? Look at this 3 wave move to the upside here. Looking at this one to be a 3 wave move as a pullback to this to this bullish move to the upside here, and we're gonna be looking at this here to correct. Once that is done, we are looking at a move that is going to be related to this one here, or in terms of pips, we're gonna be looking for a big one. It should be similar to what we are looking at pound. Look at this 3,478 pips move to the upside, so we're gonna be looking at about 3,000 3,000 pips as well, or 3,000 pips move to the upside once this is done here, but it needs to complete this structure here first, then we're looking for that move to the upside. Now somebody might ask, is this not 3 wave move done here? Yeah, it could be done. It could be done. This could just be an A here, wave B here, then this becomes a 1 2 3 4 5 A here as a diagonal here like this, never reaching the equal legs, made a move to the upside, and then this just pulls back in a 3 wave move, and then this just bam, make that big move to the upper side. So obviously there's an alternative bullish view that should apply both on a pound Audi and pound New Zealand as well. Obviously we have to trade with an open mind, not just stick to one bias there. One of those ones, yeah, on a pound chief, we've had a very nice trade setup on this one. Yeah, while that is still loading, let me show you this. Let me show you this. This is a trade setup that we had on your pound chief here. We're simply looking at this one Yeah, this was the bigger one here, obviously here. But the recent one that we had was this move. Made a nice move, three-way move. Wanted to see blue box being tagged, and we're looking for this. We're simply chasing this high to the upside here on your pound chief. Now, if you go back there on trading view, let me go on the 1 hourly time frame before I can already you can see what we are looking at there on your pound chief. But just to show you how did that one play out there, you'd see this was a trade setup that we had here. I even had somebody that came back to me here, one of our members. They were thanking me here that they've made a really nice money here. Don't know about that one. What is expected is obviously a focus there. Somebody came back to me and said, yeah, they've made a very nice money here on a pound chief. Look at this. This was a three-wave move that I showed you here. We're looking at this here to be a three-wave move, and we're expecting to see that move to the upside here. Now you'll see that this has already traded from the blue box, just randomly from the blue box. We're talking about 277 pips move to the up side. Now I've said it, our target was this one here. Why that target? Somebody might ask. You might want to find out when we do those live surging. So we've got those live surging every single day before London Open, or just an hour before London Open. We have this surging where we prepare our members. We scan the market to look at the trade setup. We do some trade management, obviously here, and we also do those London updates and also New York updates. So you've always got somebody that is looking at the chart all the time. So pound chief 4 hour time frame, we're simply looking at this one here to be a pullback. So it might be pulling back a year because we have been looking at this one here from these lows to have made a 5 wave move to the upside a year. So this might be time for a bigger pullback here, something like this, before we see a continuation move to the upper side. If you do see this three move pullback here against this swing low here, then look for that bullish move to the upside on your pound chief. But just a simple thing here, I've showed you this one here. We made a move to the upside. Look at this. This is all correcting here. Sideways move a here, sideways move, bam. We do believe that now that we should at least see a 1:1 move, this move to the upside here. Right, so let's have a look at not entertaining the cross pairs. I'm going to jump straight into the commodities here. Gold, we are looking at this one that it should make a move to the upside here on gold. So let's have a look at gold here. So gold here, there are a couple of ways that this could play out, but recently the one that we have been entertaining, that gold has made a move to the upside here. Obviously, we have been looking at this one to be your wave one here, your wave two here, this being your wave one in a different degree. Obviously, here, this to be wave one here, and then this to have made our wave two. We have been focusing on this, that the price should not come back to this low here. So you will see that internally here, this gold has made a very nice WXY corrective structure here, made this move here to the up side here. Now, these are the different options that we can have. Look at gold, made a three-wave move to the downside here. Not like that. Let me do it this way. Yeah, made a move to the upside here, and then all of a sudden we had this internally. Made a three-wave move to the downside here. Made a three-wave move to the upside here, and then this has already made a three-wave move here. What do you see here? This being your W, your wave X here. This to be your wave Y. Now this is very large that your gold might continue with the move to the upside back to this high. This is going to be a short-term target here. Why this high here is because there could be a structure that is playing out. This could just be your A here, this being your wave B completed by this WXY, and then this becomes your wave C, and then this just drop for a move that is going to be related to this one here. So somewhere here gold might do this here, maybe before we see a move to the upside that is related to this one here. So but for now, short-term target, we're looking for the move to the upside on your gold. Right, so let's have a look at your silver here. Obviously, silver inversely correlated to gold, but gold should still continue the move to the upside here, at least short-term target, like I've said it, somewhere around this high yeah, or if not, back to the all-time high. Right, so let's have a look at silver. Silver, we have been looking at this one. Let me quickly show you this one here. Let's go another instruments here. once obviously you are a member, you're gonna have an access to this here. So once you go to instruments, just go to the commodities here. Let's look at silver here. So silver, I'll just show you what we had on a London Friday. So London Friday, we were looking at this. This was what we were looking at London Friday, that silver should still continue with the move to the upside. Obviously, we're looking at this here to be an ending diagonal. We wanted to see this move to the upside. So you'll see that silver here already, this is making a move to the upside. So we're looking at this here, that this should break above this. Yeah, it has done so, made a break here. If it does this here, we're going to be looking for a continuation move to the upside against this swing low. But this is very supported for a bullish move to the upside on your silver. Right, so platinum, we have been looking at this one, that it should drop here to the down side. Let me show you this one here again. I remember we had a very nice trade setup on a platinum. I remember when this was still even in the making here. So, but let me show you this one here. Platinum, we've been looking at this one here. This is a trade setup that we had. Obviously, I was just looking at this to be a three-wave move here. We wanted to see this drop to the downside here. Now, if you go back here on trading view now, look at this. When did we have this trade setup? That was on the 28th of January when we posted this one here. Now look at this here, made a very nice three-wave move to the upside here. I'm going to show you this one obviously here. So this was the trade setup that we had, that is already running risk free here. Obviously partial profit taken out here. We're simply looking at this to be a three-wave move into the blue box. The expectation of this for this here to drop all the way to the downside. So it has made a drop here. So this could be a wave one internally here, and then this to be a three-wave move here, and then this being your wave two. Wave one internally here, wave two against this swing high here, and this could still give us the drop to the downside. That's what we are expecting on your platinum. But that's the trade setup that we had. Brent crude oil here, we are looking at this one as well to give us a move to the downside. Brent crude oil here, so something big might come on the Brent crude oil, or there might be a very nice trade setup that is coming here. Look at this. We've showed you this on a couple of times, that this has made a five-wave move to the downside from this low here, or this being a diagonal here. So we have been looking at this, made a drop, bleeding diagonal here, made a move to the upside, three-wave move, pull back as a running flat here. Now we're looking for this one more leg, this to be a wave A here, wave B here, one more leg up as our wave C. Then we're going to be looking for this to continue, this being your wave one, this being your wave two against this swing high here. Obviously once you have one and two, you still need to see a three and a four, and the wave five. So Brent crude oil might see more bearish move to the down side. Right, so let's have a look at the indices before we can look at the cryptocurrencies indices. I can't say much here. I'm just going through this day in, day out, or week in, week out. When I come in here, I keep on telling that the indices will still continue the bullish move to the upside. There's nothing that has changed. A lot of people are talking about the market crashing, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm not too concerned about that, trying whether the market is going to get here and crash. For now, I'm just responding to what the market is giving us. Yeah, you can see here, drop, three-wave move, pull back here, and then this to medium wave one, this being your wave two here. So I'm looking for this bullish move to the upside. Yeah, I've shown you a couple of times how we have been traded the indices from these pullbacks here, and we still expect to see more bullish move to the upside. There's really nothing much on that one. There's just a reminder that the indices, we're simply looking for a move to the upside. Yeah, every time we pull back in 3, 7, 11 swing, we are simply looking for those move to the upside. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's going to pull back from there, but if it does give you something like this here as a pullback here, we're simply looking for more bullish move to the upside here on the indices. You would see that all the indices, they've been to the all-time high. Only on Nasdaq that is still a bit lagging here. Look at this S&P 500. How many times people have been saying this? Oh, when it gets here, this is going to crash here. Look at this. This has already made a move to the upside here. The least that it can do, simple thing, resistant, head into a support, just a simple thing. Pullbacks, net through a move, we're looking for more bullish move to the upside here on the indices or that S&P 500. Looking at the DAX as well here, you can see that this still looks very bullish to the upside here. Even if this was to drop, I would even look at it this way: 1, 2, 3 here, with 4 here, with 5 here. Even if it drop, it will still be just giving us this correction here, and this will be still expected to make a move to the upside. I don't expect expect it to drop now just because I'm showing you this. I'm still expecting that this is going to continue with the move to the upside. But if it does pull back, we know what it will be expected. UK 100, still expecting to see a move to the upside here. I've spoken about this one. A lot of people were, I remember very well. Some people, when this was here, they were expecting it to drop here, but I kept on saying that as long as this swing low still holds here, this is going to make a move to the upside. Made a move to the upside, drop lower here, the very same thing here. They thought this was a drop, and I said as long as this swing low holds, this swing low hold here, I was still looking for this move here. The very same thing. You would see here, this would be expected to do this all the way to the upside on your UK 100. Nikki, can't say much. I've shown you this one a couple of times here, how we have been able to trade this one here. Let me show you this, the trade setup that we've had on your Nikki here. The recent one that we had was when we got this move here. I'm just waiting for the chart to load. So Nikki, this is the one that we recently had here. Made a nice sharp three-way move here into the blue box. Look at this. This made a very big move to the upside already here. And your Nifty, the very same thing here. This is a recent trade setup that we had. Look at how we've been able to trade Nifty here. Made a three-wave move into the blue box. Bam, we traded this here. Made another three-way move. I've showed you this one. We traded this one to the upside here, and now this fell short to get into the blue box here, and it made this move here. But this has recently, this is a trade setup that we've had. We are looking at this here that it should continue with the move to the upside. Now let's come into the cryptocurrencies here. Bitcoin. I know some people have been left here. They were saying that Bitcoin was still going to drop here. So somebody was saying they look at my analysis. I was expecting it that this was going to drop below 10k. Even if that's the case, guys, when the market, you need to be able to spot when is the market done or no longer going to where you expect to see it. Yeah. So Bitcoin, we've been talking about this one that this should make a move to the upside. Now let me do this. Let me put back the labels. Yeah, it's fine. You can see what we're expecting here, but my aim is to show you this how we have been able to trade Bitcoin. Let alone, don't worry about the big trade that we taken here. I just wanted to show you the recent trade setup that we had just from this when we made this bigger correction here. I've showed you this one. I'll show you here, but let me just show you this how we have been able to trade Bitcoin here. Look at this one. This is where we first traded Bitcoin. I've showed you this one. If you can date back, look at our weekly analysis somewhere around this era here. Textbook setup. This was our first trade here. We saw this move to the upside here. Made a three-way move. This was on our second entry to the upside here. Now, the recent one that we wanted to see here on a Bitcoin was this one. I was waiting for a big trade here on a Bitcoin, but it did not materialize. It made this three-way move here, but never reached the blue box here. It was somewhere here around the 36k. That's why I wanted to buy it, but after it made this move to the upside, yeah, I knew that it was not going to get to this 36k. So what we did is we saw this nice three-way move structure here into the blue box, and look at just this recent trade that we took here. We are talking already about over a $10,000 move that we have seen here on a Bitcoin. So if you've missed that one, I'm sorry. You might want to or consider to jump in at trading waves here and be part of our community. So like I've said it, we discussed this London Open. Before London Open, we discussed this here. I will find a video where I will show you how we have been discussing this here the next time I do the session. I just wanted to show you this one here in a bigger picture. I do believe that this is going back to the all-time high. Right, let me just show you this on the daily time frame here. So we have been looking at Bitcoin from these lows. Yeah, the recent trade setup that we had on a daily here was this big move, which has made over $28,000 move already here. But other than that, technically, I'm looking at this. I'm just waiting for the charts to load here. I do apologize just guys, my network is not good here, but I wanted to show you that we are looking at Bitcoin. If the charts load here, we've simply been looking at this. Made a move to the upside. This have made our wave one here, and then this have made our wave two here. So we are looking at this here to be our wave one as well. So this is what I'm referring to here. Made a wave one, this being our wave two here, and then we also look at this one to be our wave one. As you've seen this one, this to be our wave two. So we are looking at this to be 3, 4, 5 back to the all-time high before we can even talk about this degree in yellow here. So Bitcoin, it is supported to see more bullish move to the up side. So again here, I know some people might be maybe like thinking that this is behind side here. Obviously this is only for our members here guys, so I can't just like show you like everything, but I'm trying to see where is that trade setup that we had there on a Bitcoin. This was a trade setup that we had here on a Bitcoin, that we are looking at this to have made this three-way move, and we wanted to see this move to the upside. So that's the one that has already made about a $10,000 move, went as far as behind above that high there. So I want to show you again here. There is the one that we had, like I showed you that we had this on a Bitcoin. Initially, Bitcoin, I wanted this, like I showed you that I initially wanted to see Bitcoin to give us that three-wave move structure. I will talk about Ethereum now here. This is just on my other side of the screen here, obviously here. I'm trying to see where is this. Okay, it might be a bit far here, but that was a Bitcoin trade setup that I had before. Okay, it's a bit far now, but nevertheless, we did be able to trade Bitcoin somewhere around this area. Now let's have a look at Ethereum. So Ethereum was one of those again that we were able to trade it here. So this was a recent trade setup that we had on Ethereum, that it should give us this three-way move into the blue box, and the expectation was for that bullish move to the up side. Just want to be sure with this one here. Let's have a look at this here. Just excuse me here, my network is still like stuck here. Just give me a few sec guys while I check this here. Okay, so let's have a look at this one here. Ethereum. I'm trying to see that if that's the right trade setup that I showed you guys there. I'm just going back just to make sure that it is the right trade setup there. So uh, just give me a few here. I get to the setup just now. Uh, Okay, so this should be the latest one. Yeah, it is the latest one here. So Ethereum, I was simply looking at this one here to give us a three-way move into the blue box. We're looking for that big move to the upside. Yeah, you will see that Ethereum, indeed, this one has played out here, has made this three-way move into the blue box here. This is a three-way move referring to went into the blue box, and this has already made a move to the upside here. So we are still expecting that Ethereum should continue to move to the upside, and this might even get back to the all-time high, just like what we are expecting on your Bitcoin. Litecoin, as much as this is more of like a sideways move here, but I would expect that this would recently join the rally that we are seeing on your Ethereum and Bitcoin. I would be expecting that your Litecoin is just a matter of time. It will get back to around these highs here. So as for your Ripple here, obviously we are looking at this one as well, that it should make a move to the upside. So this was the trade setup as well that we had on a Ripple here. We're simply looking for this one to be a three-wave move into the blue box, and expecting to see that move to the upside. Yeah, you will see that Ripple has already let me go here. Let me just show you this one here. So this is what we were expecting as well, that this was going to come into the blue box here with that three-wave structure. We're simply looking at this to be A here, wave B here, wave C in a blue box. This has been held in a blue box here. You'll see now that we are already starting to make this move here. I remember last week, last week, that other week, somebody commented and said Ripley was going to drop simply because it has taken out this swing low on the other exchanges, but we still maintain the view that this should make a move to the upside here on Ripple. Right, guys, from my side, that's all what I wanted to share with you. Please trade safe and responsible. And if you guys do like our content, please do make sure that you subscribe to our channel, and also make sure that the bell notification it is turned on, so that every time we release this content, we at least you get notified. So we're gonna be releasing more of the free content a year, just to help you guys to make something out of our videos. Cheers, everyone, and have a good one. Bye.